Singapore PM Lee Hsien Loong, to kickstart 5-day India trip today. How relationship budded, flowered and gaining luster between India and Singapore. That is, historical and cultural ties, economic ties, strategic and military ties. Why a good relation with Singapore is important for India. GS Paper 2, Bilateral, Regional and Global Groupings and Agreements involving India and affecting India's interests. What is the context about? As Singapore's Prime Minister, Lee Hsien Loong, arrives in New Delhi, the focus is on bilateral ties that go back a long way. India is one of Singapore's oldest and closest friends. Last year, as Singapore celebrated 50 years of independence, we also toasted the 50 years of diplomatic relations with India. Today, India is a major power with more than 1 billion people and a huge economy. Singapore is the size of a small Indian city. Yet India has always treated Singapore as a peer and a true friend. India is a rising sun of Asian world and thus it becomes important for them too to maintain good relation with India. How relationship budded, flowered and gaining luster between India and Singapore. Historical and cultural ties. India's relationship with Singapore goes back to Chow law time. Since the Chow law period, Indian traders have defined patterns of commerce in our region, shaped our religious beliefs, inspired our cuisines, and enriched our languages. Our name, Singapore, is derived from the Sanskrit word Singapura, meaning lion city. Buddhism, Sanskrit, Tamil language etc. have spread in Singapore and these have origins in India. Economic ties. India has signed Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, CEPA. Various investment in sectors like construction and logistics have increased more than 10 times. Also, Singapore is our 10th largest trade partner globally and second largest in ASEAN. Singapore being a smart and technologically advanced country extended cooperation our Smart City project. Singapore contributed 16% of India's FDI from 2000 to 2016. Notable examples include Sembcorp's investment in power plant in Andhra Pradesh, Ascender's Singbridge's IT park in Haryana. Strategic and military ties. Singapore as a gateway to ASEAN has an important role to play in our Act East policy and also access to markets of Asia-Pacific region. Singapore supported India's bid to become a permanent member of the UN Security Council and expand its role. Singapore also supported India in its war against Pakistan in 1965. The Singaporean Navy and the Indian Navy have conducted joint naval exercises and training since 1993 such as Simbex and Milan near India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Why a good relation with Singapore is important for India. Act East policy focus shifts India's attention towards Singapore. It is important for India to keep good relations with Southeast Asian countries such as Singapore in confronting China and Pakistan. It gives market access and trade opportunities are further strengthened such as RCEP and ASEAN. Singapore is known for its wealth development which took place in short span of time. And India will get a chance to work in collaboration with Singapore government, so that we can develop such kind of skills among Indian people. Increased bilateral investment will boost the economy of both countries. FDI is promoted and Smart City concept gets a boost.